Hello everybody, my name is Michael, I am from Papel Podcast, and today we are going to do a very in-depth, quick little analysis on the new trailer, or the first trailer, for PangYa Mobile. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to go kind of frame by frame and just discuss what I think could be in the game, what we can see, and what kind of hidden details that might be in the trailer that you might not see at the first glance. So we have a lot to cover, so let's get started by viewing the start of the trailer. So at the start of the trailer we see who developed the game, which is NCSoft and Retrieve. Retrieve is the same company that made all the PangYa games, of course. So after that, it's actually quite a really nice moment. Basically they show like the game started in 2004, which was, you know, Season 1, and Season 2 came in 2005, and then in 2006 was Season 3, and then they showed a screen full of 2008, 10, and 2012, and what we're up to right now, which is what's coming next, which is 2015. So this is when they start to show the first glimpse of gameplay, and we see the PangYa Mobile logo. So from here on out, this is where things get interesting. If you pause it right here, you can see there's a blurred out character in the background that's actually not a part of the official current list of characters that they've kind of named in the trailer. And if you have a good eye, you can see that this has an extremely high possibility of being Cecilia from the normal PangYa game. You can tell this by the type of like navy clothes that she's got on, the leggings, and the tied up hair with the pins in it. So it's clear that maybe not all, but at least a lot of the characters from the original game will come back to PangYa Mobile. So that's also, like, you know, it's something really cool that I noticed straight away, that a lot of people might not even know Cecilia is in it. So yes, Cecilia is in this game. So after that we see a few quick little scenes of different character animations, and a scene that caught my eye was with Tiki. You can see her close putt animation, which is actually really cute. It's she just like bends down and kind of taps the ball in with her hand, so I thought that was really cute. So straight after that scene we get a quick montage of the different characters, and well, at least playable characters in this game that have been announced so far. So in order from the trailer, there is Tiki, Cartier, Chloe, Kaz, Lola, Lucia, Kuma, and Murin. Something that's very interesting is, as I mentioned before, there's Chloe, which is seeming like a completely new character made for just this game, just like Cyan was for the PSP. She kind of reminds me of Speaker, but we'll get into that a bit later. Also, it's really cool that they brought Murin to this game as a playable character, because previously she was just an NPC that was kind of like talked about a little bit in PangYa lore, but not too much, so I'm glad that she's finally playable. After that we see possibly the cutest shot in the entire trailer, which is the redesign of Titan Bu. So Titan Bu is completely redesigned. He looks completely different than what he was before, and I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, he's even more cuter than before, but it's still so odd. So Titan Bu has goggles, I think he had goggles before. He's got the same type of jacket and scarf as before, but his face is completely different. He has a flower growing from his head seemingly, and just like before, he runs after the ball. We then see a shot of Chloe doing her seemingly angry animation, and followed by a little shot of Tiki flying away from a broom. After that we see the very first shot of the actual in-game interface and how you can play, and how it's very, very different from PangYa. So as you can see, the bar on the bottom is a lot different than what we know of right now. The PangYa bar, instead of being on the left side, actually goes to the right side, and the accuracy bit of the PangYa bar isn't pink, it's actually an orange or a red. And the bar overall is a lot smaller, and what's really strange is we can see on the right, you can see barely, your Phoenix ball, which is just a normal Phoenix ball, and then you can also see the wind direction and stuff like that. So My guess is you'll be able to tap on that ball and like drag it down up left or right to put spin on it, and to do PangYa bars, to do like PangYa shots and just normal shots and stuff like that, you'll have to tap the screen once, just like it just replaces the spacebar. So I don't really like that they redesigned or changed the PangYa bar. I liked it as it was before, and it's worked for 10 years, so I don't understand why they change it. It could have worked perfectly fine, as is even on a mobile platform, but that's just my opinion. So let's move on. So straight after that we get a very cool scene which quickly showcases all the characters. From left to right there is Kaz, a mysterious character we still, at least I can't identify yet, Murin, Kuma, Ku, seemingly Speaker, Lola, Lucia, Tiki, and the very first shot of Aaron. So straight after that we get a very cool scene which is very similar to the PSP version's intro, where a ball glides over 3 different maps on PangYa Island. So the first one looks to be an entirely new area, very similarly based off Blue Lagoon. You can kind of see the type of ocean and stuff like that in the background. But what's kind of cool is you can see like this bundle of cities and towns that is up at the top of a hill. It kind of reminds me of something from Brazil. So I don't know, I'm not really feeling this course, but it could be interesting. The next course we see is the first hole of Blue Lagoon. There are minor changes, such as there are a bit more trees on the sides of the little fairways, and things like the lighthouse looks very stylistically different. But generally the design and the type of whole layout is generally the same. After that we see a scene that could be an adaptation of Windhill or Sepia Wind. It has the same type of windmills from Sepia Wind and Windhill. But it also has a train going past, which could be an object that you might want to avoid, and just other little differences that make it, I don't know, all these courses, even though they are different, they don't seem that much different from the Blue Lagoon or Blue Water. So after that we see a cute little scene with Tiki. She hits the ball and gets it in the bunker, and she becomes all sad. This could indicate that the characters actually react to how their shots went, if they went good or bad, or get it in the bunker and stuff, but it could be just for the trailer. We then see quite a cool scene starring Kaz and Dolphini. Basically Kaz comes down, which could be the kind of opening animation that he has, the entrance animation. He then hits a shot from the bunker and gets a beam impact. And following that, he actually high-fives Tiki twice, which I'm not really sure what that could mean. Maybe that's like the result screen or something like that. But again, it could just be a cinematic thing for the trailer. Something that was really, like, I really kind of don't like is if you go back and you see Dolphini's design, they've drastically changed it, and I really don't like the Dolphini now. He looks way too different, but yeah. We then see a scene with Kaz possibly doing a hull-in-one animation or something similar to that, where he kind of like empowers everything that he can, and his dragon or Cyan flies straight over him, which looks really, really cool. This scene here with Kuma is actually quite interesting, because it seems like at first he starts like praying, and then after that a little miracle sign item gets used. So maybe when you use items they'll have their own unique kind of animation, or maybe you have to do a type of event or something like that in order to use them. We then see a really interesting scene where Aaron runs away and then Kuma jumps down into the green and starts his shot. This could be a type of maybe a tag team thing where one player online plays, and then when it's the next player's shot they switch out, or it could just mean that you can switch characters at any time, which would be really, really cool. But there's not too much together from this, we're still not very sure. And as with every PangYa trailer now, that you need a new sort of dancing animation with three main characters, specifically girls, apparently. So I'm sure this probably won't be in the game because it looks all CG. But something that I thought was really, really cool. If you look carefully in the background, you can actually see Titan Boo dancing along with them very far off in the distance. So I thought that was a really neat touch that they just added. This is where we start to see the different party modes that could be in the game, such as this one where you putt and a creature assumedly eats your ball. So this could mean that you have to try to avoid it, or you have to try to get it near it so then you can actually, that can be like the hole. So I'm not sure exactly how that goes, but it looks fun. The next mode we see looks like a either blow up the items mode or try to avoid blowing up the items mode. It seems like when she hits the item and it blows up, she actually gets really angry, so it could be a thing where you have to try to avoid these little cat-like bombs. So that should be interesting and should add a very interesting type of gameplay to the game. And this is seemingly the last game, this is seemingly the last mini battle mode that they have included, which actually looks really, really fun and really cool. Basically, a gigantic Dolphini dressed as a pirate appears out of nowhere. Your character lands on, in this case, Ku, and the pirate will shoot a fireball or a tomahawk at you, and you'll have to shoot it back at them. I'm not sure exactly how this could work, but there might be different aiming modes, like if you hit PangYa, you get it straight into the mouth. If you hit it a bit lopsided or whatever, then you could miss the Dolphini and it might come closer or fire more balls at you. I think that's a really cool minigame. And the final little clips are kind of like, it seems like hole-in-one animation with Kuma, and then a power-up animation with the new character Chloe, and just a kind of victory animation with Kaz. So nothing too new or anything like that there, but it was a nice way to end the trailer. And then after that, Lola hits it off into the distance, and you can see it says 2015, that's when the game's going to release. And it will be available for iOS platforms and Android platforms on the phone, and it'll be coming out next year. So that's about it for the trailer analysis. If you guys have found any new information or anything that you if I didn't say in the trailer, please leave a comment below or in the forums on PangYa. I'll be happy to redo the analysis or include any more information you guys might have. Just point out any small details that you think you might have in the comments below. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And please be sure to check out this game when it comes out next year on the phone platforms, because it looks very interesting. It's very different from the PangYa we know, but I think it can go really well if PangYa brings it over here, so make sure to show your support. Tell PangYa that you do want this if you do want this, and hopefully we can get a localized version coming soon, or at least coming next year. So I want to thank you guys for watching again, and stay tuned for more, guys. Bye!